Hi Georgie, Theo Danny here, getting ready to cut the grass in the front yard. Before I get started, I need to prep the yard, clean up some of the debris and some of the overgrown weeds and get it ready for spring. So come on. Alright, these are some of the overgrown weeds that I talked to you about. So I need to get all those cleaned up before I start mowing the grass. Okay, so the way I'm going to remove those weeds is with this, a good old-fashioned hoe. I got my gloves and my back support for my bad back. So I'm going to go ahead and get started, get this yard prepped for cutting. Okay, yeah. Alright Georgie, I went ahead and pulled out most of the weeds out of the front yard that were overpowering my front yard, so got it prepped to be now edged and cut. I'd say I got maybe about, I don't know, 83% of the weeds terminated by doing that, and the rest of the 35% of the weeds are probably going to die once we spray it with a weed killer, and then once we lay some fertilizer and seed in the grass after we're done. Alright Georgie, before I cut, I like to do my edging first. You've probably seen a lot of videos where they cut first and then do the edging. I like to do the edging first because then I can pick up whatever is cut once we run it over with the lawnmower. So for the edging, I'm going to use the Echo GT 225. Alright, it's a gas-powered engine, and it's got the two dual strings on the side. So first things first, very important is the instructions and safety. So as you can see, it tells you to wear your gloves, some boots if you have boots. I'm wearing some tennis shoes, but that's okay as long as you're covering your toes. And then it says to have some goggles and headphones and a hard hat. So if you don't have a hard hat, tell your mommy to go buy you one. And then it says to read bedtime stories at night. So have your mommy read you a bedtime story tonight once you're done with the cutting of the grass. So let's drop some fuel on this and get started, okay? Okay, ready? Alright Georgie, so this is the True fuel that I like to use. It's a engineered fuel plus oil ready to use. Keeps your engine real nice and clean and running smooth. Drop some of that in there. And keep this out of reach from children at all time. It's very dangerous, so don't play with this. Okay, go ahead. Alright Georgie, so we're going to go ahead and put the string into the weed eater head here. These are pre-cut strings that we use, and these are easy to install. You just push them in here, just like that. Drop another one right in here, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Alright, we're ready to start with the weed eater, George. So I have my gloves, the goggles to make sure nothing flies in my eyes and pokes me in the eyes, my headphones for the music, and then we crank it to start. Alright, and one thing I forgot to mention, Georgie, always wear pants when you're doing this because stuff will come flying and hit you on your legs, and that's very painful. And also always eat your fruits and vegetables.
Yeah.
All right, Jorgito, I just finished using the weed eater on the edging part of the process. So we're gonna go ahead and get started now on the mowing part, okay?
Hi, Jorgito. Hi, Jorgito.
They're off riding their bikes while I'm working hard on the yard. It's a good day to ride their bikes too. I kind of wish I was riding my bike too. It's probably a little more fun than doing this. But I know how important it is, Jorgie, for you to cut the grass. So here I am cutting this grass for you, okay? Okay, Jorgito, this is probably a good time to stop and take a break so you can hydrate yourself. Go grab yourself a juice bag, some Kool-Aid, milk, your drink of your choice. I got my drink of choice so that we can hydrate ourselves and come back strong with some full of energy, and we can begin the lawn mowing process. Remember to always do your best. Alright, Georgie, so we're going to go ahead and get started with the cutting the grass now with the lawn mower. I just filled it up with some fuel, just like I told you to fuel yourself up with some something nice and cold to drink. So I hope you've enjoyed that just like I did. So for our next step is going to be the cutting of the grass. For that I have the Lawn Boy machine. This is a 149cc engine. It's got a 20-inch blade, so it'll give us good cutting surface. As you can see, I've left the bag on there because I like to pick up the grass that I'm picking up, and at the same time pick up the leaves that are on the ground. It'll save me some time from having to rake them. So this way I'll just bag them and dispose of them appropriately. So let's go ahead and get started with that. So again, the headphones for the music, the gloves, belt, shoes, pants. Okay? And always listen to your mommy and your daddy, okay? Alright, so right now I've already picked up quite a bit of grass and probably a lot of leaves too. So I'm going to go ahead and empty out the bag for now. Alright, so I got the lawn bag here to dump out all this dead grass and leaves. And then we put this back on and keep going. Alright, Jorgito, so I'm done with cutting the grass. I've left it nice and clean. This is how much we've picked up. Dead grass, leaves, and some weeds in there. So we've cleaned it nice and good. Speaking of weeds, always say no to drugs. Drugs are bad for you. Okay, so remember that. Drugs are bad. Stay away from them. So the next process is to clean up that mess. Okay? Some people have blowers, leaf blowers, and they like to just blow them out into the street. Don't do that. Okay? Pick up after yourself. Always pick up your mess. Always pick up after yourself. Okay? That's good words to live by. It applies to any life situation, is to always clean up your mess. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this broom, start sweeping my driveway. Alright, we'll see you later. Alright, Jorgie, and we're done. Okay, Jorgie, so I'm done with cutting the grass. I got it ready for spring. So now we can start getting some green grass and full grass. So what we did is we pulled some weeds first, cleaned up the yard, prepped it before cutting, pulled the weeds. Remember, say no to drugs. Then we cut it. I used the bagger and picked up the clippings, picked up leaves, dead grass, and also did the edging. I did the edging before the grass, so that should do it. Remember to always stay hydrated. Okay. Also, always stay in school. Always do good. And remember, if you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong. See you next time, Jorgie.